Look high above the Delta Center from Sky 2 right now, where Karl Malone about to be remembered and honored here by Utah fans, Jazz fans, and Dave, it should be a pretty good afternoon for Karl.
Well, we're going to be on the air for a solid hour, and it is going to be filled with Karl Malone. It's all Karl Malone. You see behind us right here, big statue. It's all covered up at 4:30. They're going to unveil that.
First of all, together with Stockton, they showed that basic basketball is incredible. You knew what they were going to do. I knew what they were going to do. The other team knew what they were going to do, and they did it anyway. Right. And they did it for 18 years, and he scored 36,000 points doing it.
But beyond that, he really was lifting and building that body and making it an endurance test long before it was the norm, and I think he inspired hundreds of other athletes to try to emulate what he did, to stay in shape, to not miss a game from injury for a dozen years in a row. It's really quite an extraordinary record.
He told us about the first time they intersected with a Karl Malone drive.
Oh, I definitely got a couple of bruises from it, but it was nothing serious. We just had a good time, and obviously at that time they were better than we were in Cleveland, so they came away with the victories.
He's almost 40 years old, and he's diving for every ball like a young kid. I was like 20 years old at that time. I was like, gosh, how he can do that? I'm 20 and I couldn't run so fast like he did.
When he stepped on the floor, he might be upset with me, might be upset with Larry, might be upset with something that's gone on, but when he stepped on the floor, he's second to none.
The afternoon began with fans climbing poles, ladders, and trees to get that perfect shot of Karl and his new bronze statue. Even some of Karl's old classmates showed up.
Ever since 1981, since he came to school.
Since 81 you've been watching him?
Yeah.
Big fan, huh?
Big fan. Had to be here tonight. I live in Utah. She came from Arkansas to go to the game.
They aren't the only ones traveling to be here. These ladies drove up from Fountain Green.
I saw him at a Jiffy Lube, and I said, Karl, I'm old, and I have to get my thrills where I can, and you're it.
What was his response?
He said, oh, you're not old.